Whispers from the shattered peaks of the celestial ridge speak of a storm no mortal hand could calm. In recap, Tales of Herding Gods, Chapter 749, Chapter 750, Ling Yunzi stands amidst the wreckage of the Fallen Sky Sect, his heart a furnace of fury and doubt. The spirits of those lost linger like shadows, warning that every choice now carries the weight of annihilation. As the air crackles with lingering divine energy, the next move will test not just skill, but the fragile bond between vengeance and salvation. The question looms: which path will twist under the pressure of destiny's unseen hand? According to Chinmu's understanding, to traverse the pass through the fog of the surging river granted merely a fragment of time, a half-day. Yet this half-day did not abide by mortal hours. It was not a measure of 12 turns of the sun, but the shadow's brief dominion over light. In the celestial heavens, there is no darkness. Brightness reigns eternal. No matter how long one lingered, it remained day. Only when night cast its veil would the half-day commence. But when Earth count moved, the rules differed. The darkness of Yudu swallowed the celestial heavens, bringing night in an instant, thus opening the gate back to the future. Within that instant of darkness, Chinmu waved at Juquer and celestial venerable Ling. He, the founding emperor, and the old bull's forms became like sable sands, pulled by the ceaseless wind, scattered into nothingness. Celestial venerable Ling's mind reeled, her gaze lost in the spectacle. Juquer, too, appeared ghost-struck. She rushed to where Chinmu, founding emperor, and the old bull had stood, probing the void, but the three had vanished like mist upon the breeze. How strange! How strange! Juquer murmured, astonishment etched deep into her features. Ripples stirred in celestial venerable Ling's heart, recalling Chinmu's earlier words. Perhaps in some distant future, she would witness one who returned through divine art, proving the world wrong. Her eyes shone with a nascent flame. Could a divine art exist that stilled all, substance unmoved, unchanging, unyielding? And if it was born of her own creation, then the future would herald her triumph. The waves of her heart surged into unyielding confidence, forging her resolve anew. She would craft it. Celestial Venerable Mu and Celestial Venerable Qin would one day return to her, guiding her. Victory was certain. The setback of Celestial Venerable Yu's death was swept away, replaced by renewed spirit. Chinmu and the founding emperor had labored with her long, laying the first stones with their wisdom. Now she must build the path further, until at last she shaped a supreme technique to awe the world. She bid farewell to South Deity Juquer and strode toward the Jade Pool, where she encountered Celestial Venerable Yu and Celestial Venerable Yun, greeting them formally. Surprise flickered in their eyes, for Celestial Venerable Ling had always been aloof, seldom returning a greeting, let alone initiating one. Celestial Venerable Ling, please do not depart in haste. Celestial Venerable Yue called, halting her steps. The two approached, voices low, laden with grave tidings. The Jade Pool meeting had been tumultuous. Celestial Venerable Yu had perished. Celestial Venerable Hao suffered grievous injury at Celestial Venerable Mu's hand, and the Celestial Emperor had decreed the arrest of Celestial Venerable Mu and Celestial Venerable Qin. The world was in upheaval. Celestial Venerable Ling listened quietly as Celestial Venerable Yu pressed on, revealing truths behind the rumors. Celestial Venerable Hao had slain Celestial Venerable Yu, and Celestial Venerable Mu had avenged him. Even the Celestial Emperor and Empress were entangled. Conflict between half-gods and mortal races had begun. They, the leaders of the races, must guard their charges, Celestial Venerable Yun added, emphasizing the urgency of uniting humanity under the Heaven Alliance, for only such an alliance could secure their future. Celestial Venerable Ling's heart stirred. Heaven Alliance? Both were astonished to hear her echo the plan. She explained the name had been given by Celestial Venerable Mu, and Celestial Venerable Qin also belonged. She intended to recruit Celestial Venerable Yu and Celestial Venerable Huo. Yun cautioned, for Huo's temper was fierce, his loyalty intertwined with Hao, rendering him unsuitable. Yu inquired about the whereabouts of Mu and Qin. Ling's smile was serene. They await us in the future, the day of our reunion. Let us seek Celestial Venerable Yu. The trio moved toward the Jade Pool's small construction. Celestial Venerable Yun mused, The Heaven Alliance must hold strict rules, admitting only those of true aptitude, testing character to prevent internal discord. Yue added that fairness must temper justice, good treated well, bad treated justly, to endure through time. Ling's gaze swept the horizon. The Golden Age already bore signs of chaos. Preparedness was paramount. In the darkness that enveloped them, the founding emperor perceived differently. He remained, a lone pillar amidst scattering substances. Celestial Venerable Ling and Zhu Kuer dissolved like black sands. The celestial heavens themselves flowed away, a living sand painting. The void retreated, and it was not time that moved. Celestial Venerable Ling was right. Light returned. Darkness vanished. Before him lay not the ancient heavens, but the desolation of the great ruins. Surging river flowing nearby. Survivors of the High Emperor era eked life among the wreckage, while others wandered the outside world with hardship. Dazed, founding emperor walked to the river, recalling, "Celestial Venerable Mu, we shall meet again." Yes, I must forge a divine sword like that. From afar, practitioners of divine arts scoured the banks. One cried, "Qinye is there!" Figures hurried forward. The green-scaled old bull bearing a young farmer, a girl with a folded fan, a fisherman with 2 red kuns, and a slow-moving woodcutter at the rear. Joyful reunion ensued. The farmer landed a playful blow upon founding emperor, who stumbled, grinning. "Where have you been? You caused us great effort to locate you." The farmer laughed. Founding emperor spoke of his passage into inconceivable realms, shrouded in wonder. Inquiries arose, but he only shook his head, secrets kept. The old bull, inquisitive, pressed him. Founding emperor's mind whirled. He resolved to guard the truth with stubborn delight. Time flowed onward. More followed the founding emperor, and names rose to renown. Di Yue, Tian Shu, Sakra among them. On this day, the founding emperor empire rose from the ruins of the High Emperor era, a godly dynasty crowned upon desolation. After the ascension, he retired to the imperial study, perusing memorials, fatigued yet resolute. At that moment, a woman in green entered. Founding emperor's heart quaked. "Celestial Venerable Qin," he whispered. She smiled, serene. "I have awaited you with patience unbroken." Tears streamed down his face. "Celestial Venerable Ling," greetings mingled in joy. Qinmu, alongside the old bull, perceived the flowing substances like black sand anew. For New Sanduo, it was wonder untainted. The darkness ebbed. They remained west of Supreme Emperor Heaven. Cliffs broken 100 miles ahead. Ancient celestial heavens lay buried. Only the great ruins persisted. History's talents, stars that flickered and faded like flowing sands, haunted his thoughts. Carefree Sword danced around Qinmu, awakened, singing as if reborn. Unlike founding emperor, it belonged to Qinmu's time. "Senior brother Sanduo, let us go." Raising his hand, Carefree Sword sang a light cry, harmonizing with his sword pellet. He called New Sanduo, still dazed, with a smile. "Let us journey to Fengdu. Sister Di Yue and Heavenly King Tianshu should have rebuilt it. Perhaps I shall enter Yudu from Fengdu and meet that old friend with a devil's face." New Sanduo, returning to himself, muttered of the dreamlike era. They pondered the fates in Dragon Han, the establishment of the third pole, the contest of the 3 heavens. Qinmu moved beside him, noting that time travel was not their own to command, yet it drew them closer to truth. The old bull returned his yellow joss paper, speaking with a wry expression of feats and encounters beyond imagination. Golden Commander's seal in hand, New Sanduo marveled at his improbable journey, affirming reality. Under sunlight, ancient seals and runes awakened. History inscribed upon the present, a record of heaven's past and divine legacy revealed. The ancient marks upon the commander's seal, left behind by the founding master, slowly faded, vanishing like mist before the morning sun. The seal gradually shimmered, translucent and pristine, as if it had just been forged anew. Qinmu's gaze lingered upon the intricate runes and characters, an expression of both wonder and perplexity crossing his features. The inscriptions were indeed from the Dragon Han era, bearing only the slightest deviations from the Golden Commander's seal, once wielded by the old bull. Though he had journeyed to the first year of Dragon Han and studied the scripts of that age, these words, despite their subtle divergences from those of the future, were still largely recognizable to him. The characters upon the seal belonged to the seal script of god writings, a rare form of bird-shaped glyphs. Each stroke contained the marvel of creation, And though some sects still cultivated the path of runes with bird characters, their essence differed from that of true god writings. Centuries had long passed since the first year of Dragon Han, leaving the god writings of that era lost to time. These two seals were not one. The Golden Commander had guarded the jade capital of the celestial heavens, his seal inscribed with two yang characters proclaiming Golden Commander. Yet this new seal, carved in yin, bore the two words, Feathered Forest. Celestial Heavens? Feathered Forest Guards? Chinmu's eyes blinked, pondering. Which celestial heavens do these guards serve? 3 celestial heavens had existed in the Dragon Han era, each with its own feathered forest guards. The seal left by the founding master alone could not reveal its origin. The runes etched upon the commander's seal were command skills, formation arts of profound subtlety capable of controlling gods themselves. Even in the present, few were skilled in order arts. The Eternal Peace Reform had left the Imperial Preceptor ignorant of such techniques, but fortunately, Blind, Master of Formations, had painstakingly compiled the command skills for the Eternal Peace Empire's forces. Chinmu's heart raced. Why did my big senior brother leave behind this seal? From where did he obtain it? There must be a reason of depth. Perhaps this is a seal from an extraterritorial celestial heavens. If I discover its origin, the secrets of the extraterritorial realms shall be unveiled. A sudden thought stirred within him. Could Big Senior Brother have journeyed back to the Dragon Han era? Yet he shook his head. The seal's antiquity would have been impossible to replicate even for him. Its current pristine form was not a gift of time travel, but the awakening of the old bull's seal skill, erasing centuries of decay. Only the original had weathered countless years to appear thus. Unless he ventured into the Dragon Han era and never returned. A chill touched Chinmu's heart. Yet he quickly dismissed the notion. It was far too fantastical. Should the founding master remain in some land of perpetual day or eternal night, how could such a place exist? Perhaps a few did. Xuandu was ever bright, the ancient god's celestial heavens bathed in endless light, Yudu cloaked in eternal darkness. In such realms, a traveler could linger in the past, yet Chinmu knew his senior brother would never remain lost in time. He laughed, setting aside the feathered forest commander's seal, and strode with the old bull to the broken cliff. This command skill controls the feathered forest guards, he mused, yet their celestial origin remains unknown. Perhaps the celestial heavens itself has fallen. Even if this seal bears no power, Grandpa Blind shall study its command techniques. The old bull avoided the surging river below, its fear evident. Senior Brother Sanduo, martial arts heavenly teacher, wished only to send me to the heavenly yin world which lies beneath this cliff. Chinmu smiled. You may return now. I shall venture to heavenly yin world first, to see whether Sister Di Yue has already made her decision. The old bull hesitated, shaking his head. I do not wish to return. Old Master is tedious, training ceaselessly, leaving me only to smoke, drink tea, or rake the land. Following you is far more entertaining, provided you do not stir trouble. Chinmu chuckled. Should martial arts heavenly teacher learn I've taken you, would he not strike me down? The old bull laughed uproariously, crossing his hooves. He dares? The Golden Commander of the ancient celestial heavens, would he dare misbehave? Laughter rang like wind through the mountains. Together, they entered the heavenly yin world. Mu Sanduo murmured, We encountered the goddess of heavenly yin in the Dragon Han celestial heavens. Her prowess was extraordinary. I wonder if she yet remembers us. The world beneath them was alive with scholars from Eternal Peace, erecting pavilions as though to dwell here permanently. Some practiced divine arts of the heavenly yin world, yet the goddess herself was absent. Where has she gone? Chinmu inquired. One scholar responded, Cult Master, she has visited an old friend, away for several days. Chinmu asked of Heavenly King Tianshu and Heavenly King Dai. None had been seen. He departed, muttering, The goddess of heavenly yin visits an ancient god, most likely her old companion from the Dragon Han era. New Sunduo bore him swiftly to the opposite of Supreme Emperor Heaven. Above them sailed 6 or 7 colossal sunships and moonships, their lights traversing the heavens. In Luofu Heaven, the celestial vessels shone as well, nurturing all growth. Cities rose upon both Supreme Emperor Heaven and Luofu Heaven, rebuilt by true god Pangyu and Fu Riluo. Imperial Preceptor moves with astonishing speed. Qin Mu praised. They arrived at Border Dragon City in late afternoon. Divine arts practitioners tended rice, stirring an itch in New Sanduo, who ran to plow the fields. Only after repeated calls did he relent, grinning. At last, my craving is sated. They entered Fengdu through between life and death, where tremors shook the land ceaselessly. Qin Mu observed from the bridge. Darkness shifted, earth expanded, fragments of heaven and earth torn asunder. Diyue, Heavenly King Tianshu, and King Yama employed vast techniques to expand Fengdu. Devil flames surged from the ground, merging with the river of helplessness. Mountains rose, space widened, and Qin Mu's eyes widened at the spectacle. The Horn of Earth Count, the old bull explained, when refined as a treasure, wields formidable might. Old Master once sought a horn to forge a knife, yet was repelled by the benevolent saintly king, equal to heaven. I bore him swiftly to Xuandu, preserving his life. The horn can also transform into a vast world, the old bull continued. King Yama, though junior, cannot grasp the horn's full power. Original Fengdu was but a fragment. Fully realized, it exceeds Supreme Emperor Heaven and Luofu Heaven. Diyue, Heavenly King Tianshu, and King Yama, majestic as gods, strode through darkness, casting mudras, expanding space. Rules of Yudu surged with awe-inspiring potency. Even true gods of the Jade Pool realm succumbed, turned to bones. Tianshu, wielding Imperial Gate Divine Knife, radiated aggression. He is intoxicated, Qin Mu noted confidently. Diyue and King Yama were novices in these mudras, learning freshly. King Yama masters the paths and arts, yet why can Sister Diyue also execute them? Qin Mu asked, perplexed. The old bull explained, she possesses the body of paradise, a special spirit with the bloodline of Heaven Duke, no matter the technique. Mastery is swift. The founding emperor entrusted the 4 deities to her training. Qin Mu's heart raced. The body of paradise holds Heaven Duke's bloodline? He invoked his undying god consciousness, probing the Qin wordland. The old man's white brows rose in alarm. Qin Mu withdrew, placing his willow leaf back. Heaven Duke, impartial like Earth Count, yet with unlooked-back pasts. Other than paradise, there exists the body of Netherworld, the old bull said. Linked to Earth Count, rare bloodline, the #1 Heavenly King has paradise. The founding emperor sought Netherworld, yet could not find it. Qin Mu gasped. Earth Count too? The old bull shook his head. Only tales are known. The truth remains veiled. Suddenly, the river of helplessness churned, darkness parting to reveal a beautiful face. Her gaze met Qin Mu's upon the bridge. Long serpentine tails swayed through fire and shadow. Heart leaping, Qin Mu relaxed, smiling. Lu Li? Qin Fengqing, the beauty returned, smiling. Seeking my brother? Qin Mu nodded, grinning. Wait here. I shall call him to meet you.